It wasn't uncommon for the girls who were inmates in prison to have a crush on the officers. And I remember one of my roommates, her name was Alondra, and she was a really beautiful girl. She'd been in prison for quite a while, and she used to get so excited every time there was one particular officer, and she talked about him like she was 12 years old. Like, he's so cute, oh my goodness. But anyway, I found out a little bit about Alondra, and she was like really put together, smart. She worked in GED and helped a lot of the other girls in tutoring and things. And she told me that when she was 14 years old, she had been taken as a wife by someone in the cartel. And when she was 15 years old, she had her daughter. And she knew, I mean, she said it was really scary living like that. And she tried to kind of get away, but couldn't. And her older sister ended up moving to Canada. And when she was, I think she was 17 or 18 years old, she fled Mexico with her daughter and went to Canada. And she said they had nothing. They were very poor. She rode a bus to go take these English classes. Well, one day she gets picked up by the police in Canada and they extradite her to the United States. And she didn't even know what the charge was, but she found out that her her husband, she hadn't even filed for a divorce, who was this higher up in the cartel, had a large storage unit with methamphetamine in California, and they couldn't get him, so they picked her up and charged her with the crime. And I absolutely believe that she had nothing to do with the crime. But nonetheless, they told her she was facing 30 to life, and she ended up pleading to 15 years. Her sister was caring for her daughter, and she was brokenhearted that she couldn't be there. And she couldn't visit anyone because her mother lived in Mexico. Her sister lived in Canada with her daughter. So one day she's in the day room watching the news in Mexico, and she turns around and looks at me and she goes, "They killed him." And I said, "What are you talking about?" And she goes, "A rival cartel killed my husband." She said, "I'm finally free." She told me that she felt freer and safer in prison than she did in Mexico. She said, "Now when I go home, I'll be able to actually go back and see my mother and raise my daughter." So I heard that she got out of prison a couple of years ago, and I was so excited about that because I ended up getting transferred to a different prison. But I heard so many stories like that. So many of the young girls had family members who had been killed by cartel in Mexico.